Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to Online Teaching Academy, Ekalaiva. Class 7 Social Science. Today we are going to see a new lesson in geography. The topic is natural vegetation and wildlife. Natural vegetation refers to flora and wildlife refers to fauna. Where does the life exist? Life exists on the earth where atmosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere is present. Lithosphere the land surface which covers the earth is called lithosphere. Atmosphere, the air which surrounds the earth is called atmosphere. Hydrosphere, the total amount of water on the earth, it may be in the form of seas, oceans, rivers, lakes, is called hydrosphere. All these three are interlinked with each other and forms ecosphere. Biosphere is a sum of the ecosphere. Biosphere is also one of the layer that surrounds the earth along with lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. Biosphere is composed of all living organisms and their habitats. Natural vegetation and wildlife are the two important components of biosphere. Natural vegetation. It's a plant community where plants and trees, shrubs which grows naturally is called natural vegetation. Now, natural vegetation includes all the plants and trees which grows naturally, I said. Now, what is necessary for the natural vegetation? For the growth of the natural vegetation, we need plenty of rainfall and temperature. This is determined by physical and climatical factors like temperature, rainfall, altitude and soil. Now, temperature. The temperature plays an important role in vegetation. In some places the temperature is high, in some places the temperature is moderate, in some places the temperature is low. According to the temperature, the vegetation differs. The plants and trees grows according to the climatic conditions. Next, rainfall. Rainfall also, like temperature, rainfall also plays an important role. The rainfall also varies from place to place. In some areas high rainfall, low rainfall, moderate rainfall. So, according to the rainfall, the vegetation differs. Next, altitude. Altitude means height above the sea level. Depending upon the height, the plants and trees are different. At the foot, for example, the plants and trees which grows in the foothills will be different when compared to Himalayas. At the foothills, different types of trees we can see, whereas in the Himalayas we can see different types of trees. So, according to the altitude, the vegetation differs. Next, soil. There are different types of soil on the earth. For example, alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, laterite soil, so many soils. Some soils are very fertile and some soils are not fertile. According to the fertility of the soil, the plants differs. So, vegetation depends upon the soil. The soil makes the plants to grow. So, according to the quality of the soil, the plants differs. Next we see about the wildlife. You all know very well about the wildlife. The animals which is not domesticated by humans and lives in a particular region is called wildlife. Wildlife refers to all organisms that are native to a region and it is not domesticated by humans. And how the plants vary from place to place, like the way the animals also varies from place to place. For example, the animals which we see in the equatorial region, we cannot, for example, lion and tiger, we cannot see in the polar regions, whereas polar bear, walruses, we cannot see in the near to the equatorial region. So, according to the climatic conditions, the animals also vary. Now, this vegetation is classified under 4 categories: forest, grassland, desert and tundra. Forest, where more plants and trees which grows, natural plants, trees, shrubs which grows naturally without the interference of the humans. Grasslands, according to the climatic conditions, some areas will be more plants and trees and some areas are covered with grasses, and some area because of low amount of rainfall there is no plants, no vegetation, and in tundra regions, that is the snow area that is near to the polar regions, the plants will differ. Now, all these type of vegetation will be different in different places, but all these type of vegetation we can see only in Himalayas. But in some area only forest will be there, in some area only grasslands will be there, in some area only desert and some tundra. But all these type of vegetation we can see only in Himalayas. This is the picture of a forest. You can see tall trees, short trees, plants, herbs, shrubs, different types of plants we can see in a forest. Now, forest, what I said already, forest is a large area covered with plants and trees which grows naturally without the interference of the humans in a particular region. Now, what is necessary for the forest? Good temperature and heavy rainfall. These both are necessary for the forest. And is the forest useful to us? Yes, forest plays an important role because we are getting more products from the forest. For example, timber we are getting from the forest is useful to construct the houses and for the furnitures. And then it is a home for wildlife habitats, and more forest medicinal herbs we are getting from the forest, and it is enjoyed by natural scenic beauty, and this forest avoids the soil erosion. Now, it controls the climate, controls soil erosion, provides livelihood for many species of animals and support tourism and industries. For the industries, it provides, for the many industries, it provides raw materials and we get medicinal herbs. Now, what is meant by soil erosion? What is meant by soil erosion? Soil erosion, the top layer of the soil is removed by the top layer of the soil is removed by natural calamities like the top layer of the soil the top layer of the soil is removed by flood, rain, etc. So, this is called soil erosion. What is meant by soil erosion? The upper layer of the earth is covered with soil. That soil is removed by with the force of the wind, rainfall and with the flood. So, that is called soil erosion. And it provides raw materials to many industries, tourism, herbs, medicinal plants we are getting. Now, there are different types of forests are there. Tropical, in our lesson we are going to see 7 different types of forests. Tropical evergreen forest, tropical deciduous forest, mangrove forest, temperate evergreen forest, temperate deciduous forest, Mediterranean forest and coniferous forest. Now, in this session we are going to see tropical evergreen forest and tropical deciduous forest. Now, this is the world map. How can you read the world map? In every map, in the corner, legend is given. Legend is given. By seeing this legend, we can read the map. For example, here the red color denotes coniferous forest. So, where we can see the red color, that areas are covered with coniferous forest. Like same desert vegetation. This yellow color denotes the desert areas. Likewise, mangrove forest, Mediterranean vegetation, mountain vegetation. So, different types of forest and different types of vegetation where it is present, we can, by seeing the legend, we can understand. Tundra regions, tropical grasslands. So, these areas are tundra regions. So, by seeing the legend, we can read the map. Tropical evergreen forest. Tropical evergreen forest. Tropical means the region around the equator. This is equator, 0 degree, 23.5 degree north, Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree south, Tropic of Capricorn. This is north, this is south. In earlier classes, you have studied about the heat zones of the earth, that is torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone. This is the torrid zone, that is from Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn. This is torrid zone. This torrid zone is come under the tropical. So, the forest which is in these areas are called as a tropical forest. Tropical evergreen. Evergreen means always green. Evergreen means always green. Forest, a large number of trees grown naturally. So, tropical evergreen forest means the forest which is situated in this area is called as a tropical evergreen forest. Now, this forest is very dense because of heavy rainfall and good temperature. And this forest we can see in the areas of Amazon, in the countries Amazon, South America, Africa, Southeast Asian countries of Indonesia, Malaysia and India. In these countries we can see the tropical evergreen forest. Now, this is an example of tropical evergreen forest. Tropical, you can see here how dense it is. The evergreen forest is very dense because the trees are very closer, tall trees very closer. It will not allow the sunlight to reach the earth. It is very closer. This is a type of example of evergreen forest. Now, climate. Here the climate is hot and humid. As it is situated near to the equator, the climate is hot. It is extended to the tropics, it is humid. Humid means the wetness present in the air, humidity. The amount of wetness present in the air is called as humidity. And these forests, in which places these forests are formed? Where there is plenty of rainfall throughout the year. Now, here the amount of rainfall will be more than 200 centimeters of rainfall. So, this forest is also called as rainforest. And in this forest, the trees will have broad leaves because sufficient amount of water they are getting and good temperature is there. So, the leaves will be very broader and it is very dense. Dense means the forest is very closer and with thick canopy, very dense with thick canopy. What is the meaning of canopy? Now, for example, to avoid the sunlight on the earth, we will make a shed. For example, to make a shed, 4 pillars are laid and we will cover with a shed. This shed will not allow the sunlight to reach the earth. So, here canopy means in forest the trees are very closer the top branches of the trees will be very closer and it will not allow the sunlight to reach the earth, forms like a shed. So, this is called canopy. You understand, canopy means the top branches of the trees are very closer and sometimes it is covered with the creepers and very dense, it will not allow the sunlight to reach the earth. So, it is called as canopy. And the trees, main trees which is found in the equatorial forest is ebony, mahogany and rosewood. These trees provide hardwood trees. Hardwood, it provides hardwood. So, these trees are called as hardwood trees. Now, animals, wildlife. In each and every forest, wildlife will be there. Now, here in evergreen forest, reptiles, mammals and birds. What is the meaning of reptiles? Reptiles which lay eggs. Reptiles which lay eggs. So, snakes, crocodiles and many varieties of reptiles are there. Mammals. Mammals give birth to young ones. Give birth to young ones and birds you know. So, the birds you can see the pictures of in dense forest the very dangerous snakes like anaconda we can see there and crocodiles also will be there. And mammals like gorillas, chimpanzees and jaguars. These are the mammals we can see in that forest. And birds like macaws, toucans and vultures we can see in equatorial forest. Now, next tropical deciduous forest. As I explained already, tropical means from Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn in between the equator line, that area is called as tropical region. Forest you know very well. Now, deciduous. Deciduous means the trees, all the trees in this forest will drop out their leaves during a particular season. So, that type of trees in a forest is called as deciduous forest. This forest is also called as monsoon forest, tropical deciduous forest is also called as monsoon forest. Monsoon means seasonal. Now, tropical deciduous forests are found in the monsoon regions of the world. Seasonal, particular season windfall will come, wind will come, so we will say monsoon wind. Particular period rainfall comes means monsoon rainfall. So, particular period the trees will drop out the leaves in this forest, and this is also called as monsoon forest. And in most parts of in India, many parts of India we can see these type of trees, these types of forests. And in southern China, South Mexico, Peru, Brazil and northern Australia, we can see these type of forests. Now, you can see the picture of the forest. You compare and see the previous picture forest, evergreen forest, and compare that picture with this picture. In evergreen forest, the trees are very dense with broad leaves, but here the trees drop out their leaves. It is plants and trees, most of the plants will drop out their leaves, not most, all the plants, trees will drop out their leaves here. So, it is not dense. And the climate is range from 20 to 48 degree Celsius, and here in this forest also heavy rainfall will be there, and heavy rainfall in the monsoon season. As I told you already, monsoon rainfall means during a particular season the rainfall occurs, so we say monsoon rainfall. And the trees in this forest are rosewood, sandalwood, sal, sesame, bamboo, teak and banyan. These trees also provide hardwood. So, these trees are called as hardwood trees. Next, about the wildlife, mammals, reptiles and birds. As I explained to you earlier, mammals means which give birth to young ones and feed milk. Reptiles means which lay eggs, and birds. Mammals like tiger, lion, elephant and deer, and reptiles, turtles, snakes and crocodiles, eagles, parakeets and kingfisher. So, you can see the pictures of mammals, birds, parakeet and kingfisher. This is a picture of a parakeet and this is a picture of a kingfisher. So far we have seen types of vegetation. What are the different types of vegetation in that, and what are the factors responsible for the vegetation we have seen. The remaining types of forests we will see in the next session. Thank you. To receive our online lessons, please press the subscribe button and you will receive the latest updates. Thank you.